Anybody can get negative.
And little things can trigger you, but little things can also trigger you to escape the negativity too.
Yes, get out of it.
Get out of it. Escape the negative. It's Hunt for Wellness, episode number 192.
In the Hunt for Wellness podcast, we talk about mind, body, and spirit because that's what people are made of. They're made of a body, a mind, and a spirit. And we want each of those to be fully functioning, fully nurtured.
Hello, welcome to Hunt for Wellness. I'm John Hunt.
And I'm Christy Hunt.
And this is the show where we help you live your best life, mind, body, and spirit. And this episode of Hunt for Wellness is brought to you by waterdistillers.com. Great machines providing great water for your great wellness. Check it out at waterdistillers.com. All right, we're going to make a jailbreak. We're going to get out of that negativity.
That's good.
I'm not negative right now. I'm pretty positive. But, you know, sometimes you get negative, right?
Anybody can get negative.
And little things can trigger you, but little things can also trigger you to escape the negativity too.
Yes, get out of it.
Get out of it. How are we going to get out of it?
We are going to get out of it quickly.
Okay, we like that.
I got some essential oils that do help.
Of course you have some essential oils. That's what this whole show is about. So I would hope you'd have something, but I'm excited to hear about it though.
Yes. So, because we want to live our best life.
Yep.
Mind.
Body. And spirit.
Yes.
And we're going to check all those boxes today.
We're going to check them all.
That is, see, that's so positive. How can you be negative about that?
I know. So, there's two new oils by Simplified by Jacob and Kait. So, Jacob and Kait made, I know we talked about this before, but in case somebody forgot or needed a little refresher, Simplified by Jacob and Kait is to help people that haven't really used essential oils before get started because they love the smells.
Right.
Because the smells are so good.
Fragrance.
Yes. And a lot of people like candles because they smell so good.
Yeah.
But the problem with candles is they release toxins into the air. And so
bad.
It's bad for you, especially your breathing. And so they started this Simplified. It's called Simplified by Jacob and Kait, and they're to replace those candles. Okay,
yes, good.
With beautiful smells that are good for you. So we're going to talk about beautiful smells and then how they're good for you.
Great.
Their focus is just beautiful smells, but they are good for you, like Eucalyptus Escape.
There is escape right there.
Yes. And so what they're saying about it is it's not just a blend, it's a whole vibe.
Right.
So you're combining eucalyptus oil, peppermint, and pine. There's a few other oils in there too, but those are the main ones. And it helps to like perk up your senses and make your space a peaceful place.
Helps you breathe, I bet, too.
It does. Actually, it's really good for your breathing.
Regular eucalyptus and peppermint on their own, really, you just... Ooh, that feels good.
It opens up your breathing, clear breathing. Who doesn't love deep breaths?
Right.
You know, to take a deep breath easily.
You know, that's when people, are mad or angry or in a negative way. Sometimes you say to them, hey, just take a deep breath.
That's right.
So this is going to help them take the deep breath, isn't it?
Take yourself a deep breath.
Yes.
That's
awesome.
One thing about Eucalyptus Radiata, which is the particular eucalyptus that's in here, is that it helps to release stress.
Yeah.
So it literally not just help you take a deep breath, but help release that stress.
Right.
Isn't that great?
That is. And that eucalyptus fragrance is very unique.
Yes.
I think your mind actually thinks that you are like at a spa or something, doesn't it? Because you automatically, that's so good.
It is. So good for guys. That's a great one for guys. For women too. But if you're thinking, I need a Father's Day gift or something like that, or maybe Father's Day over, but when you hear this.
By the time you hear this,
it will be over, actually.
For next year, you have 300 and some days to get this for next Father's Day.
Or the men in your life, birthdays.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever. This is really, it is like taking a breath of mountain fresh air.
Yeah.
And it is relaxing, soothing, calming. So that's Eucalyptus Escape.
And did we mention here that you can a great way to use this in replacement of candles is in a diffuser.
Yes.
So you're getting the scent that you want,
right,
but you're not getting the smoke.
Yes. Right. And the smoke. No, you're thinking about something else. You're thinking about what's coming up.
I'm thinking about the smoke from the candles.
That's right.
I was teeing you up for that transition.
You're so good.
You're saying, hey, but if you like the smoke.
Also, but you can use that Eucalyptus Escape also topically.
Yeah.
Like apply it to your wrists or your neck or over your heart, whatever feels good for you.
Yeah, for sure.
And we know that the oils absorb through your skin. They get into your bloodstream in like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
They're made of plants.
Yeah.
And we know how to get plants into our body. We eat plants at every meal.
Yes.
Even if you eat only meat, those animals ate plants. And so you're getting plants into your body. Our body knows how to use plants, needs plants to survive.
Yes.
And so it literally is into your system and it gets in your blood and your blood goes everywhere. Mm-hmm. So circulates well. Okay, our next one, we're calling it Escape the Negative.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one, Simplified with Jacob and Kait, is called Smoke and Sage.
Smoke and sage.
Yes.
How in the world does that help us escape negativity? I'm sure you're going to let us know.
I am. So I want to share with you, maybe people know that Native Americans burned sage for cleansing purposes. And so they would cleanse the area or like a room or a space or a person. The idea was to ward off negative energy and to create a sacred space for prayer and ceremony. And so some people are like, oh my gosh, they're smoking, not smoking it, but burning sage.
Right.
And that's weird. But sage is a plant.
Yeah.
It's a plant that God made with lots of benefits for us. And when I looked up the benefits, the emotional benefits of sage, it's about letting go. Like let go and let God.
Yeah.
And haven't we all felt negative energy in a room?
Yes.
Like you go into a room and it's tense.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tension in there because some people have been tense, and it kind of stays until there is a release, a letting go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
It reminds me about, we recently visited a national park that featured the stone that
the pipe stone
that Native Americans would make their peace pipes out of.
But they weren't peace pipes.
Well, yeah, that's what people called them, right? That's
what white Americans called them.
Yeah. But you know what? I was in the little gift shop there, and they actually had little packets of prairie herbs, one of which was sage.
Right. Sage was one of the things they burned.
They burned in their...
Those pipes that they made out of pipestone, so we went to the place, Pipestone National Monument, where Native Americans would go to...
quarry, basically, the special rock. It's only like a 14-inch layer. Right?
And yes, it's red. It's this kind of softer red stone. It's very cool. You should go see it. But the reason they made these pipes, they weren't peace pipes. They were prayer pipes.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they were smoking, like the leaders of the tribe would be smoking these smoking the pipes.
Yes.
They were prayers. They were their prayers going up to God. And when they were doing that, nobody could talk because they were praying.
Mm-hmm.
They were praying to the Creator. And so they burned sage, they burned other sumac and other things like that. But sage does help us let go.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the intent behind using sage that is important.
Right.
It can be done to glorify God or for other reasons.
Right.
But when we are aiming to glorify God through what we do, we honor him.
Mm-hmm.
So literally diffusing this instead of smoking or burning it, we can diffuse it. It also, this blend has in it, besides sage, it has Palo Santo, which also is another oil about letting go or releasing negative stuff. And I have felt at different times kind of like I've been vomited upon in a negative way, you know, just being around somebody who is super negative, and I'm just like drawn, I'm dragged down. I feel ick.
Of course, that's not me, right?
That would not be you.
Thanks.
You are very positive.
I am such a positive person.
I know. That's why I married you.
Well, that's why I married you.
And so I would put on Palo Santo. I'd put on my hands. I'd put on my arms. I'd put on my face.
Yeah.
And I literally feel a shift in my body to letting go of that negative stuff.
Right.
And so this smoke and sage does help you do that. And I think what a great way to use it is to diffuse it and pray and tell God what's bugging you and what's bothering you and maybe your sin or whatever, releasing that to God and hearing from him, taking on what he says, you know. And the Bible talks about incense. Incense is the visual representation of prayers offered to God. Psalm 141:2, may my prayer be set before you like incense. And then in Revelation 5:8, and when he had taken it, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, each holding a harp and golden bowls full of incense, which are the prayers of the saints. So let go, let God, and diffuse, use this smoke and sage. I think you're going to find it really a blessing to you and to everyone in the room that's smelling it.
Yes. And if you want to know how to get a hold of this, go to huntforwellness.com. And this is episode 192. Guess what? We'll have links to it right there. This is brand new. It just came out, but it's a great, 2 great oils. And again, if you're kind of new to essential oils and want to just focus on the scent versus, I mean, essential oils can be used for so many things, but I think this is pretty powerful, especially the emotional piece.
And this is a great way to get started.
Yeah, it is.
I think you're going to love it.
And you're going to make the great escape. All right. Well, this episode of Hunt for Wellness is brought to you by waterdistillers.com. Great machines, providing great water for your great wellness. Check it out at waterdistillers.com. Awesome. Well, you know, when we talk about the emotional side of essential oils, we talk a lot about that on this show. In fact, we've referenced it a lot recently, but it's a big piece. And we did a show, I think it's episode number 93, which is the emotional release technique. And that's a combination of helping you to release some of the emotions along with essential oils to provide that scent to help you through. So
and get peaceful.
So you can check it out right up here. And it's just one that I think you want to watch or listen to. So go over to huntforwellness.com, and that's episode 93. And then come back next time. We'll be in a positive mood here. I guarantee it on our next episode of Hunt for Wellness.